UFC is back. Fresh off one of the best cards of the year, they make their inaugural trip to Doha, Qatar, baby. Qatar? Who knows? As always, plenty of money to be made. Let's get into it. First fight of the night, we got Perez taking on Almabayev. So Perez is 25-9. That is 7-5 in the UFC. Almabayev is 22-3. That is 5-1 in the UFC. Perez has lost 4 of his last 5 fights. Almabayev has won 18 of his last 19 fights. Perez still just 33 years old. Almabayev 31 years old. I'm going to take my dark horse of 2025, Almabayev money line here, minus 190. Going to parlay it. I'll get to it in a little bit. He averages over 4 takedowns per 15 minutes, which is twice as many as Perez averages. Also, Perez was taken down in his last 3 losses. He gets hit twice as often, and he has only 1 win in the last 5 years. Does not have a win over a current UFC fighter. I mean, what are we doing here? Fade Perez all day. If you're looking for anything else, take the over 2.5 is also minus 190. Same price as Almabayev. Considered taking it. I felt safer with Almabayev. Perez has only hit this once in his last 3 fights. Probably why I felt safer with Almabayev. Almabayev's hit it in 4 of his last 5. The lone outlier there, 14 seconds away from hitting. So he's pretty much hit it in every UFC fight. His last 5 fights. Almabayev by decision, another prop I like. It's plus 120. 10 of his 22 pro wins have come by decision, including 4 of his 5 UFC wins. And Perez has obviously lost by decision twice before. Next fight of the night, we got Serghei Spivac taking on Shamil Gaziev. Or Gaziev? I don't remember how to say this guy's name. Spivac, 17-6, 8-6 in the UFC. Gaziev, 14-1, 3-1 in the UFC. Spivac has lost 3 of his last 4 fights. Gaziev has won 2 straight since his first pro loss. Spivac, 30 years old. Gaziev, 35 years old. Man, I'm taking that dog here. Serghei Spivac, moneyline, plus 148. I'm on that all day. He's lost 3 of his last 4, but they all came to top 6 heavyweights. And, let's be real, he definitely beat Salsa Boy at Prudential Center back in June. That was bullshit, yo. So he should be coming off that win. Gaziev's 3 UFC wins came to 2 guys no longer on the roster. The other guy, 2-3 in the UFC. I mean, he's beating scrubs here. Meanwhile, Spivac's losing to the best of the best. Spivac also averages over 4 takedowns per 15 minutes, and Gaziev was taken down in his last fight, all right? Clear path to victory here for Spivac. We ride him with the dog. If you're looking for anything else to take, only the money line and over-under has dropped. So if you want the over 1.5, it's minus 130. You'd have to parlay it. Spivac's hit it in 2 of his last 4, and Gaziev's hit it in 2 of his last 3. Again, no odds on these yet, but fight does not go the distance. Another prop I like. 19 of Spivac's 23 pro fights have not gone the distance, and 13 of Gaziev's 15 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 84% combined. So it's definitely going to be minus money, but solid parlay piece. Spivac by finish is probably going to be plus money. 15 of his 17 pro wins. Oh, it's definitely going to be plus money. He's a dog. 15 of his 17 pro wins have come by finish, including his last 4 wins. And Gaziev's lone pro loss came by finish. So clear path for Spivac, just saying. Next fight of the night, we got Jack Hermansson taking on Myktybek Orolbai. This one's interesting because Jack's coming down and Orolbai's going up. So Hermansson, 24-9, 11-7 in the UFC at middleweight. This will be his welterweight debut. Orolbai, 14-2-1. That is 3-1 in the UFC. He's had a few catch weights in there, lightweight bout, welterweight bout. He's kind of been all over the place, but he was trying to make it as a lightweight, now officially moving up to welterweight. So we're meeting in the middle here. Hermansson alternated wins and losses in his last 10 fights. Orolbai has won 9 of his last 10 fights. Hermansson, 37 years old. Orolbai, 27 years old. I'm just going to tell you right now, I had every intent to take Myktybek Orolbai money line here until I saw the odds on this prop, and then I said, oh shit, I'm taking that as a single. Fight does not go the distance at plus 115, okay? 23 of Hermansson's 33 pro fights have not gone the distance, and 12 of Orolbai's 17 pro fights have not gone the distance. That's 70% combined, man. You know my rule, 65. I'll take a 65% or higher on fight does not go the distance. You're giving me 70% at plus 115. You damn right I'm taking that. Also, Jack Hermansson flatlined his last time out. We have no idea where that chin is, and you're going to give me a fight does not go the distance at plus money? I'm taking that all day. Mentioned I thought about taking Orolbai money line. It's minus 238. He lands almost 6 takedowns per 15 minutes, and he gets hit less often than Jack. Jack has only won one fight in the last 3.5 years, and like I mentioned, was brutally knocked out his last time out. The over 1.5 is minus 240. Hermansson's hit it in 6 of his last 7, and Orolbai's hit it in 3 of his last 4. And Orolbai by finish is plus 155. 12 of his 14 pro wins have come by finish, and Hermansson has been finished 6 times before, including his last 2 losses. Next fight of the night, we got Volkan Oezdemir taking on Alonzo Menifield. So Oezdemir is 20-8. That is 8-7 in the UFC. Menifield is 17-5-1. That is 10-5-1 in the UFC. Oezdemir has won 2 of his last 3, but he is coming off of a loss to Carlos Ulberg. Menifield has won 2 straight. Oezdemir, 36 years old. Menifield, 38 years old. I was surprised to see Menifield was older here. Either way, I'm riding with Volkan Oezdemir money line here, minus 215. He lands more strikes per minute, and he's fought way better competition. Of his 7 UFC losses, 3 came to former champions, 2 came to former title challengers, and the other 2 came to guys who are ranked higher than Alonzo Menifield right now. I mean, just fade Alonzo all day on this. He can't step with Oezdemir. No time, motherfucker. If you're looking for anything else, take fight end by KO is minus 145, so you'd have to parlay it. 15 of Oezdemir's 28 pro fights have ended by KO, and 13 of Menifield's 23 pro fights have ended by KO. That is 55% combined. The over 1.5 I like a lot too. It's minus 155. But Oezdemir's hit it in 4 of his last 6, and Menifield's hit it in 4 of his last 5. A little risky with light heavyweights. You know, they both hit hard, but either way, they both seem to be hitting it a lot. And fight does not go the distance. Still pretty cheap. Minus 170. 19 of Oezdemir's 28 pro fights have not gone the distance, and 16 of Menifield's 23 pro fights have not gone the distance. That is 69% combined. Next fight of the night, we got Belal Muhammad taking on Ian Machado Garry. So Belal is 24-4 with 1 no contest. That is 15-4 with 1 no contest in the UFC. Ian Garry is 16-1. That is 9-1 in the UFC. Belal is coming off that title loss to JDM. He was on an 11-fight unbeaten streak before that. Ian Garry bounced back from his first pro loss with a unanimous decision win over Carlos Prates his last time out. Belal, 37 years old. Ian Garry just turned 28 this week. So, I mean, he's still in his 20s, bro. It's kind of crazy. I'm taking the over 2.5 here. Really didn't know which side to lean. I kind of like the value on Belal, but I do also think Ian Garry wins this fight. So I'm taking the over 2.5. It's minus 300. I'm obviously going to parlay it. Belal's hit it in 6 of his last 7, and Ian's hit it in 5 straight up. I see this one going the distance regardless of who takes it. If you're looking for anything else, you like the favorite? Ian Garry, take him by decision, minus 110. Half of his pro wins have come by decision, including his last 4 wins. And Belal has lost by decision 3 times before, including his last 2 losses. And I mentioned I kind of like Belal as a dog. I'm not going to take it, but I kind of like it. Plus 210, it's pretty, there's some value there. He averages twice as many takedowns. He's got a better takedown accuracy. And Ian has been taken down by 4 different opponents in the UFC. Like, we forget about that. As long as Belal's not going to fall in love with his Canelo hands again, I mean, there's a path here. He's also a former champion, and this is 3 rounds. I feel like Belal could steal 2 of those 3 rounds. I don't know. Maybe I'm the outlier. Main event, Arman Tsarukyan taking on Dan the Hangman Hooker, baby. Arman is 22-3. That is 9-2 in the UFC. Hooker is 24-12. That is 14-8 in the UFC across featherweight and lightweight. This will obviously be at lightweight, where he is 11-4 in the UFC. Arman has won 4 straight fights. Hooker has won 3 straight fights. Arman Tsarukyan, only 29 years old. How is this man still in his 20s? Dan Hooker, 35 years old. I mean, I love Dan Hooker, but I feel like this is an easy victory for Arman here. I got to ride with Arman Tsarukyan moneyline, minus 480. 4-leg parlay. Ready? Parlaying it with the over 2.5 in Belal Ian Garry. Volkan Oezdemir moneyline and Asu Almabayev moneyline. Those 4 together get us plus 260. Tsarukyan, he averages over 3 takedowns per 15 minutes, and he's taken down 9 of his 11 UFC opponents, and those 2 outliers were first-round knockouts. So he's pretty much taken down anyone he gets the chance to take down. Hooker also gets hit 3 times as often. I guess the worry here is that Arman's going to wrestle too heavy in the first few rounds. Dan's going to start putting it on him late and eventually either win a decision or get a late finish. I think more realistically, we get that early finish from Arman, or we just get, maybe a 3-2, 4-1, 5-0. Either way, a clear decision for Arman. Let's fucking go. Looking for anything else? Take the over 2.5 is minus 165. Arman's hit it in 4 of his last 5, and Hooker's hit it in 2 straight. If you want the over at plus money, take the over 4.5. It's plus 135. Arman's hit it in one of his 2 5-rounders in the UFC, and Hooker's hit it in both of his 5-rounders in the UFC. And Tsarukyan by finish is minus 140. 14 of his 22 pro wins have come by.
I'm worth 100,000 like Woodrow. When a ball call me Wilson, going overboard at the Hilton.